Hi, I'm Meek. Today's theme is building a Minecraft mining game in Scratch. We will start with a beginner version, so the core idea is easy to understand. Then, we will upgrade it step by step into an advanced version with real game systems. By the end, our player can mine different blocks, collect dirt, stone, and diamond, craft a pickaxe and sword, and the crafted item will visibly attach to the character. Let's begin.
Let's look at the beginner version first. This build uses 3 sprites: the stage, the player, and 1 dirt block sprite. The dirt block sprite creates 7 clones in a row, so we do not need 7 separate sprites. The player is the Scratch cat. It moves left and right with the arrow keys, and when we press space, it broadcasts a mining message. Every dirt block clone listens for that message and checks whether it is touching the player. The first important idea is movement. Inside a forever loop, the player checks if the right arrow or left arrow is pressed. When right is pressed, we change X by +5. When left is pressed, we change X by -5. We also point the sprite in the direction of movement, using left-right rotation style, so the cat flips instead of spinning upside down. Finally, we clamp the X position so the player stays inside the stage. Next, the block row is created with clones. The original dirt block sprite hides itself. Then it starts at the left side, creates a clone, moves across the stage, and repeats. Each clone shows itself when it starts. This is one of the most useful Scratch patterns. One sprite can produce many game objects. Mining uses a broadcast. The player does not directly delete a block. Instead, it sends a message called mine. Every block clone hears that message. If a clone is touching the player, it adds to the score and deletes itself. This keeps the system simple. The player only says, "I am mining now," and the blocks decide what happens. Our beginner game works, but it is very limited. There is only dirt. Every block breaks in 1 hit. The player does not fall or jump, so the mine is flat. The score is just a number. There is no inventory, no crafting, and no visible reward when we create an item. These limitations are useful, because they show exactly what we need to upgrade. Now let's upgrade. The advanced version uses 6 sprites: player, block, crafting menu, pickaxe, sword and stage. The player handles movement, gravity, jumping, mining, and opening the crafting menu. The block sprite creates a 3-row mine using clones. The crafting menu lets us craft tools. Finally, the pickaxe and sword sprites are item images that appear after crafting and follow the player. Keep in mind, finish adding a feature, then test it. This is a smart strategy for building a project with many systems. We will look at one system at a time, and each system should work before we depend on it. Now let's describe the advanced player script function by function. First is handle_movement. This function controls left and right movement. If the right arrow is pressed, the player faces right, records player_dir equals 1, and moves 5 steps. If the left arrow is pressed, the player faces left, records player_dir equals -1, and moves 5 steps the other way. Before checking collision, the player switches to a rectangular hitbox costume. This is important because the Scratch cat shape is not a clean rectangle. The movement is weird and inconsistent without the rectangle, especially when changing costumes while walking. At the end, the player position is clamped inside the stage, the walk animation updates, and the visible cat costume returns. Apply_gravity creates the falling physics. The variable y_vel is the player's vertical speed. Every frame, gravity subtracts from y_vel, then the player changes y by that value. When the player touches a block, the script reverses the last vertical movement, sets the velocity back to 0, and marks the player as grounded. There is also a small ground probe. The player moves down a little, checks if a block is there, then moves back up. This keeps his underscore grounded accurate while the player is standing on a block, so jumping feels responsive instead of random. Handle underscore jump is short, but it is important. The player can jump only when the up arrow is pressed and is underscore grounded equals 1. Then the script sets y underscore vel to 15, which gives the player upward speed. Immediately after that, is underscore grounded becomes 0, so the player cannot jump again in the air. Handle underscore mining controls when the player can mine. The cooldown counts down every frame. When space is pressed and the cooldown is 0, the player broadcasts mine. The blocks receive that message and decide if they should crack or break. The cooldown also lets the pickaxe become a real upgrade. Without a pickaxe, the cooldown is 10. With a pickaxe, the cooldown is 5. That means the pickaxe does not just appear visually. It also makes the mining action faster. The advanced block sprite has multiple costumes. Dirt breaks quickly, stone takes more hits, diamond ore takes the most hits and has cracked costumes to show damage. Each block clone stores its own block type and hits remaining. That is the key. If these variables were shared by every clone, all blocks would behave like one object. But here, each clone remembers its own state. When the player presses space, the player broadcasts mine. Each block clone checks whether the player's position is close enough. If it is, the block loses hits remaining. If the block still has hits left, it changes to a cracked costume. If the block is broken, it adds the correct resource to the inventory: dirt, stone, or diamond. This turns mining from a simple delete action into a small resource system. Handle underscore crafting opens the crafting menu. When the C key is pressed and the menu is currently closed, the script sets menu underscore open to 1 and broadcasts open underscore menu. The crafting menu sprite receives that broadcast and shows itself. The short wait prevents one key press from opening the menu repeatedly too fast. Now we add a goal: crafting. Press C to open the crafting menu. Press 1 to craft a stone pickaxe, if you have 3 dirt and 2 stone. Press 2 to craft a diamond sword, if you have 2 stone and 1 diamond. When crafting succeeds, the recipe subtracts materials from inventory and updates the item variable. The pickaxe also changes gameplay, because it makes mining faster. We add visible item images. The pickaxe and sword are separate sprites. At the start, both hide. The pickaxe sprite waits until has underscore pickaxe equals 1. The sword sprite waits until inv underscore sword is greater than 0. Once an item exists, it follows the player using shared player underscore x and player underscore y variables. Here is the final result. We can move and jump across a solid block grid. Blocks have different types and different hit points. Cracked costumes give feedback while mining. Inventory variables track the resources we collect. The crafting menu turns those resources into tools. And after crafting, the pickaxe and sword appear on the character and follow the player's movement. This is a much more complete game loop. Mine, collect, craft, upgrade, and keep exploring.
Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what we should build next. If you try this project, add your own block type or custom tool and tell me what you made. So see you in the next Scratch build.